Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So friends, today we have a special guest with us. So his name is Sitansu, and he has got selected in Hexaware as well as Capgemini. So before we proceed further, I wanted to congratulate him for his success in Hexaware and Capgemini.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so today Sitansu is going to share his written and interview experiences of Hexaware technology, and in the next video he will be also sharing his experience for Capgemini. So before we proceed, Sitansu, tell about yourself, and then you can start with the written and interview experiences of Hexaware technology. So what were the rounds, and what was the time durations, number of
Yes, sir.
questions, difficulty level. So each and everything definitely our viewer wants to know from someone who has got selected. So the floor is completely yours now.
Sir, first of all, thank you for inviting me to share my interview experience. My name is Sitanshu Sagar,
Mhm,
and I am from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Currently, I am in final year
mhm,
pursuing BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering branch from PSIT Kanpur.
mhm.
Apart from studying, my hobbies are traveling, to cook food, and to read novels. And recently, I got selected in Hexaware Technologies and Capgemini as well.
Mhm,
So today, I am going to share my written exam experience as well as interview experience of Hexaware Technologies.
mhm,
So the written exam was held on 17th of September 2021, and the first round is of written test, in which there are four sections. The first section has the question based on numerical ability.
mhm,
The second section consists the questions related to verbal ability, and the third section has the
mhm.
questions based on logical reasoning.
Okay.
And each section consists of 15 questions,
Mhm,
and the level, the the level is easy to moderate, not very, they are not very tough.
mhm,
And after completing this section, we got a domain test in
mhm,
which there are 25 to 30 questions,
mhm,
in which 15 to 20 questions were based on domain, basic electronics, and questions based on uh, electrical engineering and signal and systems.
mhm.
And 10 to 10, like 5 to 10 questions were based on pseudocode and data structures.
Okay.
And after completing this round, the next day I got the mail for I have qualified for the second round,
Mhm,
which was the communication test.
mhm,
And the communication test, there are 4 to 5 sections.
mhm,
Like in the first section, we got some audio clips, and we have to read that audio clips, and we have to record our voice. They want to know how can we pronounce it, how correctly we pronounce the sentences. And after completing the first section, the
mhm.
second section has some topics, and we have to think about those topics, and we have to speak for at least 1 minute, and we have to record our audio and save it. And in the third section, the questions were based on grammar, synonym, antonyms, and error corrections.
Mhm.
Like, and after completing the third section, I moved to fourth section, in which we have to read some paragraphs, and we have to record our audio clip, sorry.
Mhm.
And in the final section, we have to listen
Mhm.
some audio clips, and after that we get a few questions related to that, and we
Mhm.
have to answer that question. Yes, sir.
Okay. So how
Yes.
did you prepare for your written test and the communication test? Because
Uh,
communication test, I'm saying it's more of your how good you are at listening and how good
yes,
you are
sir.
at English. And if
Yes,
we
sir.
talk about the written round, then as you said, it was easy to moderate. So how did you prepare? So accordingly, the student can also prepare and they can follow your
Yes, sir.
footstep and they will get selected in Hexaware. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I refer few online resources, and your videos and your online study for you
Mhm.
material helped me a lot, and your interview experiences helped me a lot to prepare for the written test also, and for the interview also.
Okay.
And after the communication test, I got the mail for the technical interview.
Mhm.
After 2 to 3 days, I got the mail for technical interview. And then in the technical interview, the interview first asked me like to introduce yourself, and after that he asked me to tell me about your projects, and after that he moved like he asked the questions related to the related to my role in the project and the technology I used in my projects. And after that he like moved to my core subject, like he asked me, tell me about your core subject and tell me your favorite core subject. Then after that he asked me questions related to my core subject, like favorite core subject, where I tell him like I my favorite core subject is microprocessor and microcontroller. So he asked me questions from that, and after that he
So what
asked
was the
me
question he asked from microprocessor and
the
microcontroller?
he asked me like what first of all he asked me what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller.
Mhm,
After that he asked me what is the difference between the static RAM and dynamic RAM.
mhm,
And after that he asked me question, what is your favorite programming language? Then I say my favorite programming language is C++. Then he asked me question related to that, like what is the difference between C and C++. And then he asked me few coding questions,
mhm.
like he gave me the questions related to static function and static variable,
Mhm.
and he asked me to tell me the output about it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
After
for how
that,
much?
yes, sir. So this interview like gone for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. So basically, he asked ECE questions from your branch,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
then some coding problems, and he asked you to
Yes, sir.
write code as well, and some programming
Yes, sir.
questions.
Yes,
And
sir.
to feel you relaxed, like introduce yourself and about your project and your role.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then what happened next?
So after that, I got selected for the HR round, and like after 1 or 2 days, I got the mail for HR round, and in the HR round,
Mhm,
like interview asked me to again. He asked me to tell me about yourself, about your projects, and then after that, he tell the few information related to the company, and he asked me like, are you are you willing to relocate, like are you do you have any problem to with relocation.
mhm,
And then he asked me, do you have are you know like do you know about the 2-year bond, like that there is a 2-year bond
mhm,
like in the job description. And after that like he asked me, do you have any question for me?
mhm,
So I asked him, yes sir, like I want to know
mhm,
how
mhm,
was my interview, and what topic should I prepare if I get selected in the company,
mhm.
like that. Yes, sir.
Okay. And one question. So what was the package of Hexaware?
Sir, the package is of 3.5 LPA,
Okay, but Hexaware
and
is
the
a very
position is graduate engineer training.
okay. Hexaware is a very good company to work with.
Yes, sir.
So if you'll compare between with other companies, then Hexaware is a
Yes,
very
sir.
good company to work with.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so the overall idea what I got from you is so the written round will be of easy to moderate, so we do not have to worry at all. I think
Yeah.
if they go through our videos or our courses, it should be sufficient. And
Yes, sir.
communication test, yeah, totally depends upon like how good a
Yeah.
listener you are and how good you are at English.
Yeah.
And then technical round definitely. So it's technical and HR round, whatever question you told, it is same for the other companies as well. So there is not much difference over there. So like difference between C, C++, and this kind of things, static, dynamic,
Yeah.
variables, and so and EC questions. Yeah. So that is also kind of
Yeah.
microprocessor and microcontroller is one of the favorite subject. Even I am from EC, so
Yeah.
yeah, that is one question which will be asked everywhere. So what is the difference between? Okay, so the last thing is, so what is the tips and tricks you wanted to give to a student, so they can also prepare in the same way and they can get selected in
Um,
the Hexaware?
yes, sir. Like I want to tell like if you got selected for any interview, so
Mhm,
you should have your government ID. It is the like most important tip, because few students don't have their hard copy or soft copy of their government ID or college ID.
mhm,
And interview anytime ask you like to share your like government ID or college ID,
mhm,
and they can also ask for hard copy
mhm,
and soft copy as well.
mhm,
So you should have like I can share experience of my friend. Like the interview asked him for the hard copy of Aadhaar card, and he like at that time he has no Aadhaar card, so he moved to the other room to take the Aadhaar card, and when he came back, he saw like his interview was end. So I
Oh.
want to
Okay, okay, great. So
and
yeah. Okay, Siddhansu, so it was a nice session with you, and you said like most of the important things, and
yes
definitely it
sir.
is going to help many of the students to understand like Hexaware is not a if you follow whatever you said, then Hexaware is not a
Yes.
company which we cannot crack it. So
Yeah.
it's definitely we can do it. So thanks a lot, Siddhansu, for coming to our platform and
Thank you.
guiding a student, and definitely how the other interview experiences helped you, so your experience is also going to help many of them here.